Try to reset your cookies.
Oh, this is episode 8 recap. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, I knew you would find it. I believed in you.
I didn't know how to do anything without your help, Kyle. Thank you.
I figured. I've basically been carrying you your entire career with technology, so what's another day?
What would I ever do without you?
What would you? Probably have a much more fun and fulfilling life. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Teacher Husbands Podcast, Episode 8.
8?
Ooh, 8. Wow.
We're getting close to double digits.
Ocho, if you're of the Spanish descent. Latino, if you will.
That's true. Brown.
Yeah.
What can Brown do for you?
I'm basically Latino myself, so I can say stuff like that.
He identifies.
Right.
I was driving over here eating taco salad in the truck, and I started thinking of the TikTok video of the white people taco night. You know, it's like
you made it even more white with the salad.
Oh, with the salad, like, get some taco shells at the grocery store. It's so funny. Oh man.
Yeah.
We are back at it, episode 8, and
back in the studio.
Yeah.
That's right, back in the studio.
Yeah, we are no excursions this week. No.
True.
We do have
We're
a
not on
guest.
the road.
He will be coming on a little bit later. We'll kind of bring him out, so stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Yes. Speaking of guests.
Oh yeah. Speaking of guests, that's true.
Episode 7 had 3 of them, and
lot.
it was a lot for sure. There was a lot of talking, and some of them hadn't gotten all their words in for the day, so they had to maybe catch up.
Yeah.
And we went for a while. That was a long one.
That was a long one.
So those
We
of you
knew
who
it,
listened and went through the whole thing, it was a blast.
It was funny. I
recording,
laughed a lot.
But yeah, it was one of the most fun that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't listened yet, go back to episode 7. All 3 of the wives were on, and they had a great time. I was talking to Ann a little bit after, and it was so funny because it seemed like they went round and round and were like complimenting each other so much. Like, you're such a great teacher and you do such good. And we're all looking at them and we're
best.
like, you guys, this is not what
you
this
are.
is. But they did so great.
Some positivity, I guess.
Yeah,
That's good.
lots of positivity from them, which I guess you need that if you're a teacher for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But did we any repercussions from episode 7 in your households? Anything you remember? Anything that you know?
I don't know if I got who got in more trouble. I don't know if I got in trouble, but it was like, why are you teasing me? And why don't you say my name right? I felt like I did a pretty good job with having her there.
Some restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was courteous and complimentary.
Let's roll the tape here. We'll
Yeah.
see.
We'll go back. We'll give it a listen.
The thing I remember most about it was just the whole thing of, it was like, you know, the bonus points for Jason, which was like times 1,000.
Yeah.
And then I had like 6. And then Kyle had 0.
Yeah.
I remember that was pretty funny. I was
Yeah,
talking about that.
That was awesome. Now that reminds me of what I did get in trouble for the most was, so those guys go to their classroom and you can't even come to mine ever? I'm like, cool, thanks.
Perfect.
Thanks there, Superman. Jason apparently has a second job being a teacher's aide. That's what it made it sound like.
This is the truth.
No wonder April does so good in her class because she's got her, she's got her assistant on the payroll at home.
Yeah, it's true.
It's good for her.
I saw a meme today. I don't know if somebody sent it or we sent it, where it was teacher husbands who were making stuff for their wives' classrooms.
Making a chair or whatever he was putting together.
Like,
yeah,
that's not me.
So you guys haven't gone in and made stuff yet? Because I did.
Did you?
I did.
We haven't got. Nope, I haven't got anything. All that's happened is several boxes have come from the school to our garage for storage for who knows when we'll need them.
Right.
And then there's also like 3 bookcases in the garage that need to be painted.
Oh.
That she supposedly is doing, but I will be doing that as well, I'm sure, too.
That's nice of you.
So,
I heard that it might be hot at her school, and it's already hot outside, so I was like, why would I want to go be hot in the class? Was it the air conditioning on?
Yeah, the air conditioning is running.
Oh.
is it?
The admins are back in already.
Cool. Well, you're not selling it to me at all, so you're not doing a very good job. Air conditioning isn't enough, Jason.
Do you think that
Should we set up a pool?
Always
A pool would be great. Yeah, if there was a pool in her classroom that I could kind of wade around and splash around a little bit.
Or we could set it up in the playground, and like the teacher husbands can just go while the teachers
I'm
go
listening.
I'm down.
We could just kind of float and make our own little
and record and I think it would be great.
get a tan.
Let's work this out.
Can we drink adult beverages on the?
Oh, I don't think we can.
What? It's the summer.
Just put it in a.
There's
Stanley.
no children there.
Although it might not be illegal. We'll get into
that
that
we'll
later.
talk about that.
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
Okay, here's a
Intriguing.
question. It's always been stated to teachers that they shut the air conditioner off in the summer at schools.
Which they do. Trust me. I've
You
gone
think
in the
so?
summer, and they
because there's people that still work there. I mean, the custodians are still there mostly, aren't they?
Yeah, but
They're
they want
off
them
a little bit.
They want them to know what it's like to be in hell, I guess,
I
because
guess.
they shut it down. I kid you not. we have
Like in hell?
we have gone in the summer for random
Weird
things,
stuff,
and
yeah.
it is off.
I just always feel like it's like a fake thing. They just don't want them showing up there, so they tell them, "Oh, the air conditioning's not on." But I don't know. I haven't been in.
efficient.
I heard it. They don't turn it on until the day they go back. So
Yeah, so
I
like
can't go there.
the admins go back earlier before everybody
Yeah.
else, so they're there now. So the air conditioners are back on. You think they're going to go back in without air
No,
conditioning?
for sure
Yeah.
not. Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know. That's so funny.
I'm tuning you guys out so I don't hear all this.
Oh,
'Cause
there
I'm-
you go. Because that's working.
When I get in trouble, I'll be like, "Well, I didn't know that."
Well, I meant to say before we even got going was it's weird because I haven't seen you guys in like a month. It feels
been a bit.
like
Well, it's because you canceled darts.
I resurrected my hockey career and
He's
and
going
we had
pro.
to cancel darts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
He's going hockey. He's a pro.
Oh, man.
This
Are you,
podcast
are you
might turn
missing a
into
tooth
a-
yet?
no teeth out yet. I scored one goal. I scored a goal last week.
Yes.
And an assist.
Has the bench cleared yet? You got in a fight?
No fights, nothing crazy, but it's been a lot of fun. It's it's as entertaining as you think it would be with a bunch of 40-year-olds that can kind of skate and older too. Like we watched a video of some guys doing it last spring. And it was like, oh man, we're going to be way better than these guys. And then we watched a video of ourselves doing it, and it looks like we're all using walkers and like
On the ice?
on the ice, yeah, because nobody
awesome.
can skate very. It's pretty funny, but anyway, yeah, it's been pretty entertaining just to.
Is
get
Anne
out there and play.
fangirling every time? you
She's
know?
there. The whole family's there every week. Yeah,
She's like,
wow.
"Oh,
You
yeah,
got a
that's
full
my
support.
husband.
they are having a fun time, and it's and because it it's 100 degrees outside, but in
Oh,
there
yeah.
it's 65 degrees.
You wait, she's going to throw that back at you. She goes, I go to your hockey
go to your
games
hockey
every
game,
time.
yeah.
You can come into my classroom and build
No,
things.
it's not the same. I won't.
and
Well,
pet the rodents.
oh yeah, the rodents.
Hockey's fun, okay?
Hockey is
Yeah.
that's right. We did have the rodents for one day this summer. One day between transitions of houses. So
Ugh.
anyway, so only 2 more weeks of Tuesday night hockey, and then it shifts to Saturdays.
Just 2 more?
2 more, and then I've got Saturdays. So there. You guys have to come check
tough
it out.
Tough
Or
it out
come
for
check
2
it
more
out on a
weeks.
Tuesday. It's pretty fun. It's pretty entertaining.
What have I been doing every Tuesday besides
Nothing.
just crying that we don't get to play darts? I sit at home in
Not
the dark,
practicing.
listening
I'm definitely
to
not practicing.
Yeah.
listening to Hole or something.
Listening to
Some
Sleep
emo
tokens. So you go to sleep.
No, it's to calm me down, Jason.
Oh, right.
That's a great band, by the way. Sleep Token. Look it up. It's an
The
excellent band.
first word in that band name is what you're going to do by listening to them.
It's metal, Jason.
Sleep metal.
Some people like that.
Sleep metal.
Well, listen for yourself with an unbiased mind, and don't listen to old
If
Jason
you
over here.
guys listening out there like Sleep Token, send us a message. Let us know.
Yeah.
That's Teacher Husbands Podcast
I'm
at
sure we'll get-
gmail.com.
A slew of messages in support of Sleep Token. So,
If you don't like Sleep Token, you can also message us and tell us that too.
if Sleep Token would like to reach out and give us free
that's
tickets,
the
that would be
thing.
fantastic as well.
Exactly.
They'll be like, everybody gets tickets except for Jason.
Except for Jason.
I mean, I'd go for free and sleep.
How dare you? I would pay a lot of money probably, to go see them.
Oh, you won't.
Yes. There, Jeremy has no idea what we're
I have
talking
no
about.
idea what
but
you're talking about.
We'll listen to it at darts.
We've
It's really
talked
good.
about, yeah. Oh, I've got a few more weeks. I don't have to listen to it, is what you're saying. That's great. I'm down.
Enjoy your sanity.
Yes.
You're gonna be sad once you listen to it. You'll be like, "Well, I could have been listening to this the whole time."
It was so funny, like, not even related at all, but, like, paying money to go to a concert. And it was, like, whatever it was, like, Billy Joel at Pepsi Center, like, 2 weeks. Or, no, he was at Mile High, I think, outside, wasn't he? Something?
Oh, I don't know. I can't stand Billy Joel.
I know, but that was exactly my point.
Yeah.
Like, I would pay money to see, because I read the set list. I was like, oh, this is so good. And in my back of my mind, I hear Kyle saying, oh, my goodness. You wouldn't catch me dead there.
I would walk away so I didn't have to hear him play.
exactly.
Like if he was playing across the street, I'd be like, "Well, gotta go to the store or something till this is over."
The soundproof room.
Ugh,
Yeah.
no thanks. Let's play some Sleep Token in the car on the way out of here.
That'll be our outro. We'll have
Yeah.
some Sleep Token. Sounds good.
Great idea.
Yeah.
We should
Jason?
get sued for that.
Well, not if we play just little snippets. I
Or
think.
backwards.
Then we might summon the devil.
If we do it backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think so, too.
There's enough just music where we can just play the music part. It's fine. There's no none of that early '80s stuff where they used to. It's so funny. My parents thought that was a real thing. I'm not sure if you guys did that.
Oh, yeah.
That was back in the day when you could play records backwards.
Yep.
Because there
On
were
the
actual
record,
record players. Luckily for me, cassette tapes came out, and you couldn't really play a cassette tape backwards.
Unless
So-
you had one of those cool boom boxes that you could.
I did not. No,
Oh.
I
I
was
had one
lucky
of
to
those.
have a boombox, period, so that I could hit play and record my favorite songs off of the radio, like some Wham or something like that, so I could have that in my mixtape. to
Not
my
dating
girlfriend or
yourself in any
something.
way there.
No,
No.
Wham's eternal. Okay, they
All right.
never won't be.
Well,
good.
speaking of English bands,
Or English in general, we have
the language.
We have a guest.
We do have a guest.
Jason, introduce your guest.
I meant to say this is our first guest, but it's not. It's our fourth guest.
Yeah.
Because the girls counted.
Technically, that's
There
3
could
and
have
1.
been, yeah. They would have been upset if they were not the first ones, and they were the first ones.
That's true. Very
fine.
true.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. In studio.
So in studio with us across the pond, we have my nephew Miguel. Miguel
Hello.
Diaz.
Hello.
Miguel is clear from where? London?
He's just outside of London.
Yeah.
What's the name of the town you're from? So you can press the girls. The girls will be like,
I don't get any girls. Cambridge is like right
Cambridge,
outside of
yeah.
Cambridge.
That's pretty Cambridge.
Ooh.
I studied at Cambridge.
Isn't that a big university or something?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And so Miguel is neither a teacher nor a teacher husband, right? You're not married.
No, I'm not married.
Okay, all right.
I thought it would be a good idea to bring him in and get his perspective. Now Miguel here is all he knows is military school. So previously to being stationed in England, they were in Japan, and so all his schooling has all been on base. That's
International.
as American as it gets, is just being on base. So we wanted to bring him on, or I thought it was a good idea to bring him on to, let's just kind of pick his brain a little bit, see what their perception is of American schools and maybe what base schools are like.
Yeah.
So
That's a good. So I mean, that's a good point. I guess for my own curiosity, are base schools trying to be more like American schools, or trying to be more like the country that they're in?
At least in Japan, they since the teachers were like a lot of the locals, they kind of had added their similarities. They even had like a Japanese class, and that's basically where I learned Japanese. I became pretty good at that. But in England,
they don't teach English. I mean,
they have
English.
They have like a local English like class, but I remember taking it in middle school, and it just wasn't for me.
But I mean, like, you always see those videos of, like, especially, well, it's funny, we're going to talk about school lunches later, but, like, how good, like,
Right.
Japanese schools are for their lunches, or English schools probably not so much, because it's just a bunch of gloop and
Yeah, where
Whoa,
and
my
stuff.
sister actually, she went to an actual British school, and their lunch options were like amazing. They had
Really?
like 4 different options, including a vegetarian option. And like usually you hear like, I hear like American schools, they have like all the nasty food and stuff like that. They're having stuff like chicken tikka masala,
my gosh.
Yeah.
steak.
wow.
Like it's insane, you know. I mean, at least in my school, they have I guess they have typical kind of American type meals, but I guess maybe not as bad as I hear how it sounds.
So do you have teachers from England that are teaching you, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have some local teachers.
Okay, so they've got the accents and all that. So are they hard to understand? Some of them, are they really hard?
After you lived in the place, it's really not that hard to understand after a while.
Can you take an accents class so that you can pick up the accent while you're there?
I mean,
Is
I
that
kind
like
of
a thing?
picked up the accent living there for a couple of years.
The funny thing too is, so like my little niece, like his sister, she's same thing with her. But she's only been going to school while they were in England, so she was learning English while going to an English school. So she had the accent, but then we're also Hispanic, so she's also trying to like juggle that. So like learning the little bit of Spanish that she's like in a Spanish class too. So she's learning Spanish and trying to get that accent, but she has like English, like American English, and then English accent. So it's like it's a whole mix of stuff. It's so funny to talk to her.
And is it like, like here, obviously we have like the one school that we know of here is like dual immersion, where they teach them in both languages. But like in Japan, did they do that where was it just one class you took, or they taught in kind of both languages?
There was a class. I'm pretty sure that there was like so there was a Japanese class by itself that they taught us Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was like local teachers who, because there were some local students that went to the school, and so I'm sure if they had trouble, they could help them in their language. But most of it for sure was.
Was
English.
this on base that so you're in school on base? It's not like you're going to somewhere in the town to go to school, correct?
Actually, there would be times where they allowed us to they taught us culture of off base and stuff like that, and sometimes we would go on like field trips to see the local schools, and that was awesome. Got to experience like a whole day there, so we got like ambassadors, and we went to their classes, and they followed us down, and we spent the whole school day at the Japanese school, and that was really awesome.
Have you done that in England yet, or no?
I have not done it.
Okay.
So the funny thing too is, so like how like schools here, when they go for like sports, they're going into like the next town, and where we live here, it's just rural town, so they're going to like farm country, and it's like cool, you're going to Montrose. What do you do? He'll be messaging me, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to Spain. I'm going to Germany. I'm going to Amsterdam," and they're playing teams in these other little places, and so like that's just normal for them. It's like, we're just going to travel here and play the thing and come back to school.
For base schools or for the schools?
Yeah, that's a good thing. So since Europe, besides England, but you can take the channel, or you can take the ferry to France. Once you get into France, all of Europe is interconnected, and there's like bases and all. Almost, at least in Germany's pretty big, so they have lots of bases there.
Yeah.
But like throughout Europe, we could just take a bus, take the ferry, take the bus to Germany. We typically play Germany a lot. We got schools all the way up in like Netherlands.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. But like,
And you're playing
darts?
no,
football, soccer.
I did volleyball.
Oh, volleyball! That's
I love volleyball. I can't wait to play next year. And then
wrestling.
Yeah,
really?
I made it to. I got the opportunity to play in Euros, which is European Championships.
Cool.
Sadly, I injured my shoulder, so I wasn't able to finish the wrestling year.
That's cool. Well, there's always next year. So
Yeah, I can't play next year.
Oh.
I can play volleyball, but I think wrestling's a little bit pushing it.
Oh, okay.
And do you know how long you guys are going to be there? What's kind of your
Probably.
stationed
I'm
time?
going to graduate in England.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you guys will be there that long, you think?
Yeah.
Because you're what grade now?
Second year high school.
Oh, so you're a sophomore.
Yes.
Okay. No, yeah. So you've been
That's-
there another couple
Is
years.
that what they call it? Their second year?
They just say second year.
Yeah.
And then is it third year, fourth year?
Yeah.
Yeah, except England does it a bit different because high school is not mandatory for them. They can just go to a trade school right after.
Oh.
So their school years. So say I'm in the 10th grade, right? That would be year 9 for them and the locals. And I think after year 9, after that, they don't have to take high school anymore. They can go to a trade school, or they can start applying for college, or, because the thing about England is that their social class, they stay with it. They can't hide. They can't go low. I mean, they can go low if they make poor choices.
Yeah.
But They
Right.
usually stick to one, and if they're in a high enough class, they'll be being doctor. And I feel like that's a good thing because, like, what we think about American schools, I heard like the American schools, they're not too pushy about college. They kind of have to decide it for themselves. At least with our military school, what they do is it's a little bit scary, but they, like as freshman year, they want us to start preparing for our future. They have us looking for colleges, seeing what classes we're taking and what we'd be good for in the future. And well, that's great. I feel like the British do a lot more because they got the opportunity to go to trade school and stuff and call it, or see what they want to do in the future. While we're still in school and we have to figure out them right then from the get go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's even worse in Japan, right? It's like, oh, you dishonor family.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much.
Are you good at math? No, I'm not. Okay.
How are you, my kid?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
That is cool.
Yeah.
How's the? Oh, we already talked about the lunch there, or the food. You just don't. It's nowhere near as good as Japan, huh? Is that what I heard?
Definitely not.
Oh,
no.
I bet. I wouldn't doubt that. For a second.
English food in general.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's true.
They have.
Beans
if you
and
go to
toast.
the supermarkets or anything, they probably have more spices than I've seen in the Walmart, and the Walmart is pretty big. Like I found so many deodorants and toothpastes there, it's not even funny.
So you say they have a lot of deodorant and toothpaste in England. That's what I'm hearing.
Compared
Well,
to
we know they don't have a lot
compared
of
to what I found in
toothpaste, yeah.
America, they had like I know it might sound weird, but they had this one deodorant I got that was like usually all the deodorants said 24 hours scent or 24 hour no sweat, but that they always melt on me. But I found this like nice one, it was all like creamy and stuff. It was awesome. I haven't started sweating since.
So you come to America for the
You gotta get
deodorant.
deodorant. You better load up before you go back.
Yeah.
We
You'd be
literally
selling
had-
deodorant on the black market, having your uncle send it, ship it over to you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now I know what to send you for a care package.
But anyways, but the spices, they probably have more spices than I've seen here in American Walmart, yet they
Just
don't
don't
even
use
put salt on their
Yeah,
stuff. You gotta do that
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or vinegar. You gotta put vinegar or pepper on there. Like, you're fortunate if they do put spices on your food.
they're real cognizant of heart disease over there. Okay.
But yeah, that's a good thing about that is like in America, I hear like all the food they got the microplastics in the meat, or you don't even know what's inside your food. And they're so strict on the laws that they have you pay sugar tax. So they find ways to make it without sugar or putting less sugar. So like any of the
Sure.
candies, like I mean, it's not gonna be healthy, but it's gonna be healthier than America, which you have no clue what they're putting in the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
This is
that.
true.
That's the part I like because it's like Russian roulette with my candy.
Like, am I going to die today? Nope. I live.
Yellow number 5. That's my favorite.
It's your favorite.
Well, I don't know if that's a number.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
it's yellow
Red
number
5?
yellow number 3. I don't know.
Yellow 40, I think, right?
Yeah,
40?
I don't know. But
Sure.
Because it was always,
whatever's in Lemonheads, because
or yeah, whatever's in Mountain Dew too.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Because it
Mountain
was
Dew.
the thing. My uncle would not drink it because it was supposedly it would shrink. There'd be a little shrinkage.
Shrinkage.
And
I
so
heard
he
that
was
too.
worried about yellow 40. He would never drink it.
I will tell you, since he's been here, since Miguel's been here, it's been Mountain Dew for him because he just doesn't get
Baja
that over
Blast is to die for. I've been looking
People
for
love
it
that
since I
Baja
was in
Blast.
England.
there. So,
They don't got Taco Bell there, but I come here. The first thing
They
I
don't have
want is
Taco Bell
some
there?
nice Taco Bell with some Baja Blast. That
Do
is
they have
amazing.
any Mexican restaurants in?
I mean, they got better. They got like a couple Mexican restaurants better than Japanese Mexican at least.
Oh, is there such a thing?
Just a
I-
thing.
No.
Somebody
Okay,
feel like
so
no,
there
only
used to-
Japanese food here.
Besides, there was this one called the Burrito Truck. They actually had pretty good food. But like for like the local Mexican food in Japan, there was like their tacos was like the taco shell was like super thin type crust of a chip, almost like that.
Yeah.
And their salsa was just tomato sauce.
Ugh.
Yep. Nope. Some
You
ketchup
do know
salsa.
you do know what Japanese people love fast food wise. Do
no.
you know?
Uh-uh.
KFC.
Oh yeah.
They love KFC.
Well, I mean,
they
the story.
eat it for Christmas.
Well, that's
what
the
they
thing.
eat?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The story behind it is that they saw an American eating KFC for Christmas because
Yeah.
the turkeys don't exist in Japan.
Correct.
Oh.
So they're like, oh, we can make profit off of this, and boom,
Uh-huh.
they made it a
And
thing.
they go
KFC
for
for
it.
Christmas.
Yeah.
the Colonel's a genius.
He is.
He is an
A
international
racist
genius.
Oh wait.
I'm going to use that in my international business class I'm starting next month.
Oh
I'm gonna use that as my thing. It's
Speaking
KFC
of.
in Japan. So,
Nice.
That's true.
Nice.
yep.
Well,
So all this food talk, this is a great segue to talking about school lunch memories that we've had as when we were growing up, going to school. Can you guys think of something? Is there something that stands out to you?
The only thing that stands out to me, I can't remember anything like elementary school lunches. The only thing that stands out to me is like, well, I think we talked about the first couple episodes, like open campus versus closed campus. Like ours was all closed, so we couldn't go anywhere, and we had lunch, which was pretty good. But I would bet for weeks on end, all I ate was breadsticks with marinara. That was my lunch. Like that was literally all I would eat was breadsticks with marinara. It was so good. But
Was there cheese on the breadstick?
no, it's just a breadstick.
Oh my goodness.
Garlic bread. It's not cheesy bread. But that's all I remember is ordering breadsticks with marinara.
You could order that. See, we couldn't
Yeah,
really order.
you could order it. They had like a couple different. It wasn't like where they are now.
Was
where
this
there's
in
all
high
these
school,
stations
or-
in high school?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
in
I
high
don't
school there was
remember.
choices.
correct. But before that, you guys you probably left campus. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
never once ate at the school.
Cafeteria.
Oh, I did. We even had like Taco Bell burritos that you could get. Like
Really?
they were
Really?
like prepacked Taco Bell burritos. And so like
Miguel's all about that.
I know,
nice.
he would've been like, I need to go to school here for that.
Yeah, I did not. We school lunch when I was in elementary school was fantastic. I look forward to it every day.
I don't remember anything about school. lunch.
Almost every meal was they did because they could make it as unhealthy as possible. It was awesome. They had pigs in a blanket. It were
It's like
delicious.
Sloppy Joes.
No, I didn't like
I
that. That was the
remember
one thing I
that.
didn't like.
I did like the Sloppy Joes.
I didn't like sloppy joes, but I liked the pizza. They had chicken fingers or chicken nuggets. They had hamburgers. They had all kinds of. They had tacos. God, they were good.
I think
And
the lunch
now
ladies
or
they totally
anything.
made the food with love for sure because I don't think they're making them now with love.
No,
They're not making them.
Well, they're not.
It
They're
just
that's
depends.
true.
They're getting it shipped
They're
in.
getting
or,
it.
I mean, yeah. In our school, my kids' school, they don't even have a cafeteria. It's all lunch
bring your
lunch
own.
lizard.
Dang.
No, they have the lunch lizard
Oh,
that comes.
okay.
So, which is a funny thing. So we
I
got
don't know
like
what's the lunch. Hold on.
that's the lunch lizard. That's the one that goes around to. I don't know what schools it goes to. It goes to. I think any of the like lower incomes, like title schools, maybe. No, not even that.
But what is it? Is it like a
It's-
Lunchable?
It's a no. They do food. They
It's
do
like a
hot
school-
food out
it's
of
like
it. It's a school lunch truck.
Oh,
But
Think of
so,
it like a
like a
food,
food
truck,
truck.
that goes by, but it just goes.
but
to
it's
schools.
just for the schools.
Oh,
And
pretty good
so, and only until basically at COVID, they started coming to the school because they got all that funding for lunches at schools or
Right.
whatever, which
Right.
still continues to this day. Which that was the funny thing too, because we got this letter from the state, like last week or whatever, for like the little like EBT cards that they send out, and basically because the school gets free and reduced lunch, they send all like both of my kids and they send all these other kids just like money from the state on this little card.
Oh.
And literally it says right at the top like to help out with lunches for summer. And I'm like, we're a week away from the start of the school year and they're sending this thing for like, and they haven't even sent it yet. It's just a letter saying it's coming. It was just so funny. But we didn't, for the first couple of years of my daughter's stuff, we had to pack school lunch for her every single day. We have to pack some kind of lunch. And now that the lunch lizard is there, then we don't really have to. But
yeah. My kids did not like school lunch, so we had to pack it every day because they just wouldn't eat. And I was like, "What are you even saying?"
Yeah.
It was delicious when I was there. I had no problem. I liked it, but no, it's bad. They're like, "Thanks, Michelle Obama."
Yes.
I have carrots on my pizza.
Carrots on the pizza. That's what I hear all the time.
Sick.
But they have to. But even now, like they don't have to. Kids don't have to pay for it. Like elementary school wise, they don't have to.
Right.
Like it's provided.
Yeah.
Obviously I remember that. Like always having to have money in your account and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
making sure it was added to or whatever. But I don't know. And is that different in like district schools? Is it free lunch for all the
They
district
did
schools?
this last year, but this
Oh,
next
it
year,
ended,
I don't think that got renewed. So
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
okay.
this year it's
It's
you pay
So
for
if a
lunch,
kid
but-
wants lunch, they can just go get lunch and it's paid for.
no, they did.
They
Before,
did
So this
before.
now,
It was like through COVID until you.
I ultimately don't think that they're going to turn a kid away. I think
No,
that's like the
right.
thing. Like if a kid
Well,
is just like,
that's
I need
happened.
lunch.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but
there's been like lunch ladies who've gotten in trouble for like buying lunch for a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's so messed
That's
up.
wild.
It's so messed up. I
Well,
know.
not really on that long. Kind of change the subject, but I asked Leslie why she doesn't just eat there because I had such fond memories of school lunch, and she's all, "They will not let us. We can't eat there. We can't."
You can, but they have to pay for
they have
it.
to pay for it.
No, I didn't think I thought I heard that they couldn't even pay for it. Like they were like, "No, you're a teacher. This is not for teachers. This is for kids."
Oh, I think she just doesn't want you to know that she can.
Oh, I get it now.
Are you
Okay.
making her lunch every morning?
I'm gonna give her $2 to bring with her to pay for lunch, or how much it is.
I
think it's
pay
like
full price.
No,
How much is full
really?
price?
They pay half price at our school. Yeah,
Oh, they do, huh?
I could be wrong. Don't get in trouble.
I'm gonna quote.
it's probably
Jason.
it's probably like $3.
Leslie-
Jason
when
and
you listen to
April
this-
said specifically that the lunches are delicious and free.
I wouldn't go as far as delicious, but they are there.
Okay,
They are there.
Let's just put it that
because
way.
I've
The
asked
lunches are
multiple
there.
times, why don't you just go get lunch? Oh, because you can't. They won't let us.
And they
Okay.
at Ann's school, they don't want them to do it all the time. They discourage
Right.
them from. They say like once or twice a month is what they ask them to do. But if they needed to, they could for sure. So.
Because there's times April has told me, she's like, yeah, I'll just go get whatever.
Yeah,
Bronco burger or whatever they want to call
sloppy
it.
joes.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe's.
And she could, but she generally takes her own lunch. But the
Yeah.
option's there to go get it. But they do have to pay for it. They don't get the free lunch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I know. What does it cost now?
I think it's literally like $3 or $4.
Don't hold me to that, Leslie. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
That's not bad. Leslie,
It might be $2.
you have $3 in your purse. I guarantee you could get lunch. Don't give me that. I guess I won't eat today. Okay. That whole guilt trip's not going to work anymore.
It's not going to work anymore. It's worked this whole time.
Yeah, it has. And that's how she gets me to her classroom, is that she has me bring her lunch, and I specifically time it.
That's different.
Now
Yeah.
he's never going to go to the class.
Yeah, but
ever.
I time it to when there's not kids there. I'm like, I'm not bringing you lunch if there's kids there.
I
You
feel
can
like
eat it.
I'm going to be blamed for this now.
Yep,
You are.
that's you,
I'm going to
for sure.
solely blame Jason.
Awesome.
That's all right.
He'll take it.
You can,
That's
yeah.
fine.
She won't be mad at you. She'll still just be like, well, that's not true. He lied. That's what she's going to say. So, whatever.
So Miguel, have
man.
you heard anything about school lunches in America, or anything that you guys like talk about, like where you guys are making fun of us, or anything of that nature?
I've definitely heard some like there's some people in the schools, they come from America. I hear like Texas, they got whole full food courts in there with like Pizza Hut and stuff like
some
that.
of those big
My friend,
schools, yeah.
Whoa.
he moved to Ohio recently, and they had like 5 different pizza places, like Pizza Hut, Domino's, and then like 3 others I haven't even heard of. They have a whole Subway in there and some other stuff. Like it's insane. But then I also hear like the typical normal schools, they have like not so good food. Like I heard like this one of my friends, he said like their mac and cheese was just like hard. It would just, if you stuck your fork in, it would come out, and in a whole block. Like yeah.
It sounds good.
That's a mac and cheese popsicle. They're good. They like
That's
that.
how they're marketing it.
Yeah.
What you guys were talking
and cheese
about,
Jell-O.
like school lunches during COVID time. I remember our school, to like reduce the exposure, they did free food. Like England was pretty like harsh about
Yeah.
the COVID rules. I hear like America, people like, oh, I don't want to wear my mask. I don't have to.
Yeah.
England, you don't wear your mask, you're gonna go to jail.
Straight to jail.
I mean, the prime minister, he didn't care. He was off having a party, but
Yeah.
if they found you, you're straight to jail.
Oh,
But this would be
been in
free
jail.
food, and they just like chuck in a bag for you, because like I guess washing trays was like, they could contamination.
oh yeah.
They put it in paper bags and give it to you, and I guess that kind of worked.
Interesting.
That's fine. So let's get back to things that they make fun of Americans about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any English buddies that are there that are from England? Who are like,
Oh yeah. I used
you're
to
from
have some.
America.
I used to
Are
have
you from
some.
Texas?
No, I haven't had any.
Colorado.
You ride a horse to school?
I mean, I haven't had experience like, oh, you're American, because like, well, I mean, I'm kind of American, but I barely lived in America. This is like my second time in America, so.
Oh.
But I definitely hear a lot of things like weird people. Like, speaking of weird people, it was my second day in America, right? I go to Walmart and there's a naked lady outside in the parking lot getting arrested at Walmart. Like, what the heck?
It's like, welcome to America.
That's a good- Great
'cause
day for you.
It's like a meme on internet.
Did you take pictures?
No, she was covered up. She had a blanket on.
Oh,
They give her the little, like, the solar
The
blanket.
solar blanket. Yeah.
nice.
But like
Put those away.
it's like a thing on
Those away.
it's like a thing on the internet, like Walmart people.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like they're always like chucking.
We
milk
just call
in
them
the
people
air.
here.
But then you also hear like the negative stereotypes of America was like a lot of guns and stuff like that, a lot of violence.
Sure.
That's definitely not a negative thing. The guns. That's good.
I like
right?
the guns.
Yeah.
a lot of people being patriotic with like flags outside their house and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I definitely saw that coming here. I remember when I went to the mall like the second week with my cousin recently, and I wanted to try on anything American I could. I got these cowboy boots like the American flag on. I got this cowboy hat with the American flag on. I got an Eagle shirt on. It was amazing.
He's not even joking. He would send me pictures. Like
You should take that. You should take all that back to England, wear it to school.
I'd get
You're probably the
jumped.
coolest kid at school. They'd be like, "Oh, he's from Texas."
Yeehaw.
Nope, Colorado.
Yeah, no, the Coloradans.
And then school stereotypes, again with the shootings and stuff like that, and a lot of violence. But then you also hear like people being weird and stuff like that. And it doesn't help how you see it on the internet, because it takes the stereotype to a whole nother like believing, because anyone believes everything off the internet. You know, you got like politics and stuff like that. I hear you guys talking about, and it's crazy because you don't have that happening in England. You got the Queen. Or no, no queen anymore.
Oh, now you're going to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
You got the king and stuff. That's all you got. I mean, you got prime ministers and stuff like that, but unless they're pretty, I haven't heard anything about the recent prime minister, but like Boris Johnson, he was a crazy dude. You could tell by his haircut.
Yeah,
We had one of
good-looking
those
gentleman.
guys.
But like I hear y'all talking about politics here, and it's like it's insane. Like we don't learn much about that stuff at our school. I mean, we learn like stuff about American and stuff like that, like the typical George Washington, Abraham Lincoln stuff like that. But like, I haven't really learned much about like today's history. But like, I remember watching the debate on TV, and like that was just like, I feel bad. You know, those people run your guys' country, and they're just on here like,
That's your country, bud. They run your country.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're
The
there,
base
but
you're on, yeah,
they're running
They're
you.
your leaders, bud.
they're like bickering like little children on there, not even answering the questions.
They're,
Like,
they're the ones that are telling your dad where to go.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, his boss's 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 boss is who that is.
oh no!
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
But like,
Yeah.
it sounds
6
so
degrees.
scary.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
But
that's
like
fun.
recently, I went to I got a little taste of American school. I went to a driving class to get
yeah.
my
Oh,
license.
yeah.
I gotta tell you, it's nice. Some
Yes.
lady, she introduced me to driving by cutting me off at an intersection with a nice little beep beep. You know, thank you so much.
That
I
was
feel
nice.
welcomed. But
Did you
like,
wave at her with a specific finger?
no, I'm not.
We
that
do that
rude.
in America.
I'm not that rude. I'm not that rude. But like, I guess I got a little taste in the little class. Like, you know, students. Like, I walk in there, the first thing I see is everyone's on their phone. Like, their head, everything is just in their phone. Like, no good morning, no nothing.
Yeah.
And even the teacher walks in and he says to the class like, "Good morning," and I think that first day I was the one that said, "Good morning, sir," and everyone else was like, "Huh," and he even said like, "Oh, our class is so lively today."
Did you say nice boots and hat?
No, he didn't have a boots and hat.
No, you.
No, you. With
Oh
your
no,
boots.
I didn't. I don't have a boot and hat. No.
That's funny because they sent out another email.
Uh-huh, I
I
got
didn't
it.
really read it because I didn't get what they were
They
clarifying.
kind of laid out the ground rules, so like,
Okay.
it's elementary school kids just don't get phones
at all, which is what they said. I thought they were going to go more into depth,
and not
but
even like on
they're
lunches
not-
and breaks
yeah,
and things.
correct.
Like, it's just no
it's
phones.
just no phones at all. Yeah,
And I think that goes into middle
Eight-
school.
Yeah, or it was like
It's
8
high school
through-
for sure. I just toured Grand Junction High School, and they have phone boxes where everybody has to put their
Yeah.
phone in. They lock it up, and then class starts.
But then they have
Pull it up
But
and
at
see.
least in high school, they can
They
get
can
on
get
their
it
phone
in the
on
passing period.
Yeah.
yeah
passing
passing
periods,
periods and lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's a good idea though, because like, if you're in class, there's really no reason to need your phone.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on the occasion, it's emergency. I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear the phone ringing. I mean, no one, at least teenagers, they don't have it on ringing. But still,
Yeah.
like, I feel like your mom would tell you if it's ringing. Unless,
Somebody would get a hold of you
or
like they
if
used
you have
to
an
when I was
appointment,
there.
it should be your job to know when your appointment is to get ready or tell the teacher
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
They did that kind of in middle school. That like my first year in middle school, they had a different principal, and they're pretty much okay with phones. But then the last 2 years, we got a new principal, and she was like, no phones. But there was really no purpose for that because there was no service to begin with. So even if you had your phone, there's no point. But like the phones, they're like a heavy distraction. Like
Oh yeah.
You know, especially in high school, you know, that's your final days. You're gonna be in the future soon.
Yeah.
A little phone like text message can wait after the class during passing period. Like you have all that time. Why do it during when you're needing to learn something for your future?
That's
True.
right.
That's a good point. And
I mean, it's that bad that
It's that bad
now
for adults,
becoming
yeah.
a thing right now. Like, and this is not even just our school. I mean, this is like across
yeah.
the country. I mean, they're all losing their mind. Teachers right
Yeah.
now with all the kids and their phones, and we touched on that
talked
in
about that
previous
a couple
episodes.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Yep.
But yeah, like in that little class period, like even during like. Because driving, that's a heavy deal, you know. It's like life and death there, you know.
Right.
Your
Could you tell my daughter that, please, again?
your fate is in your hands as much as everyone else's hands. And we're watching videos. I mean, we watch a lot of videos of car crashes after like a couple crashes. After a couple crashes,
Russian
you're like,
car crash
yeah, like it's sad. I feel bad for your daughter, but at the same time, you know, she was texting and driving, or
Yeah.
they were drunk and driving. It's kind of their fault. Like, maybe just don't do it. Don't be stupid. You know.
That's
I
right,
mean,
just don't do
obviously,
it.
you can't trust
Just
other people on the
don't
road.
do it.
Yep.
But like when he's like giving like lots of instructions, or I saw people like on their phones, listening to AirPods, like it's insane. There was a kid that sat next to me, and I would be taking notes, and every once in a while I'd be like, hey, what'd you get for this? Or at the end of every chapter, after end of every chapter,
Driving
we'd
school?
have like a little chapter review,
Yeah.
and there'd be questions.
You said, get out of here. I ain't cheating for you.
And
hope
he
you
would,
fail,
I
you
would
nerd.
finish. I would finish. You know, I'm not a mean guy. He's like, oh, can I have your answers? I'm like, yeah.
No.
I just gave it to him. But
Do you raise your
I
hand
mean,
and say, Sir,
Sir,
he's
yeah.
trying to cheat?
no, but
So
I mean, I guess it
American.
didn't really work out for him because like the first when we took our driving, like the actual final test, he was the first one who ended up failing.
Yeah,
he
it
he missed-
did.
he missed-
Karma.
He missed
Yes.
7 questions the first time.
Good.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
But so he
Exactly
got a
it.
taste of his own medicine.
Oh,
but like,
man.
it's insane. You know, I don't know. Military school, they're like a lot harsher because like even if you do something bad, it's not just you. Your parents get in trouble for it.
Sure.
Yeah, so that it's a pretty bad deal. It's a
Ooh,
pretty
that's
big
good.
thing deal.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
speaking of parents getting in trouble, we're gonna talk about Jason's school career here. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't have anything. It's
I
time
have
for the teacher husband's time travel hour. This is a new segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna put in some music there.
Time.
Jason will put it in, I'm sure.
Yeah. Jason, I want you to close your eyes
Yeah.
and think back
Think
to when
back.
you were in middle school or high school.
Elementary.
Preferably
how
middle
far
school.
back? Okay, let's start with that. How far back? Not because again, we know I can't name any teachers, but
Yeah.
how far back do you remember anything about school? Do you remember anything from elementary school?
A little bit. I
Okay.
mean, like I can have little flashbacks.
flashes.
It's not a big.
We don't want to go
thing,
that
but,
far back
yeah.
because middle school. Let's talk middle school. Let's talk
Middle school because it's always the most awkward.
Middle school is
Awkward.
like the worst moment
That's
of your
right.
lives.
Yeah.
Like,
So tell us about your recollection of you as a middle schooler.
Yeah.
I was a good kid in middle school, and I know everybody's gonna say that just because that's the thing. But I probably didn't start slacking off till high school. So
Okay.
middle school to me, like I kind of came out of elementary school with good grades and
Yeah.
doing well into middle school, and same thing. I kind of just kept that going, but it wasn't until high school that I figured I was like, well, maybe I don't have to go to this class, or maybe like I'll take a longer lunch.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Well, let's get into real stuff, okay?
Yeah, this we know that. It's fine.
Who was the hottest teacher from middle school through high school?
ooh.
oh man,
Come on, I know there was one. You're like, oh yeah, Mrs. Such and Such or Miss what's her face?
Miss What's Her Face was pretty hot.
That's I looked
What
at
did
my
she teach?
6th grade.
Which one were you really excited to go to that class? You're like, oh yeah, 7th period.
What if they're listening?
Hopefully they are. Good for them.
Bring 'em
what
on.
an ego boost they're gonna get.
They're probably like way old now.
Yeah, that's all right.
To be honest, most of my teachers were like older ladies, so there was like very few that were young. So I guess maybe the
Whatever the youngest
one
one
young
was.
Who was the young
was-
one? What did she teach?
literacy, literature.
Writing some sonnets, writing some poems.
She
She was
loved
real
my work.
linguistic.
yeah.
Oh, you get there. In middle school, yeah, I pretty much. I would we'd have to write like our notebooks every day and stuff like that, and like I always included her in my stories.
Oh yes.
Write her a little love note.
I guess you could call it one long love note because all my stories kind of tied together. She was in them and things maybe.
Were you saving her from a dragon or?
No, she always drank like Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, she did.
And I had
All
written
hot
the
girls
story
drink
that
Diet
her
Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi came to life and was like attacking the school and
And you saved her
maybe
with your with your Coke can.
Coke overpowered the Pepsi.
And she was so grateful afterwards.
Yeah.
She kept you after school.
Whoa.
This is turning
This
into
is
like
getting too much.
teacher husband's after dark.
That's right.
I just was, for extra
We're
help
just trying to figure it out.
for your
That's
literacy.
right.
I did need help.
She helped you edit your story.
She did.
Yeah, she's all edit my name out of there. That's what you're staying after for.
Until it's all gone.
Yeah, you've crossed the line, Jason. So
Other than that, my teachers were older, and it was not. They're not eye candy in any way, shape, form.
Yeah, I looked at my sixth grade and seventh grade yearbook because I was showing it to my daughter, and I was like, there was not one in there that was like, oh yeah, I couldn't pick one out that was like super hot that I remember.
there was one lady in middle school, was Mrs. Should I say her name or no?
Start with the first letter.
L.
Okay.
Okay,
But they
Perfect.
called her Legs.
Oh.
Well, they didn't. The art teacher did. But they were like their buddies. You could tell.
Is that sexual harassment?
No, because she loved everybody because he was a good-looking dude, and she was not.
But I still think that's sexual
that great.
harassment.
But that's what, for real. Now that you think,
yeah, probably.
Legs, and then her last name, like that's what he called her, Legs, whatever.
Yeah,
and
see?
I still remember that. Yeah, distinctively.
It's almost like saying T. McGee.
It kind of is, not quite as bad, but for those of you who don't know what that is, you just have to look it up and figure it out. We're not going there, but
Incognito browser, please.
yeah. So yeah, Legs was her name, but I always couldn't figure out why I'm like, why is he calling her that when she was like 5'2", and she did not have nice legs. I couldn't figure that out. It was weird. But now looking back, it was probably ironic. He's calling her Legs because she had stubs she was short.
Oh.
I mean, not stubs, but
Okay.
she didn't have very long legs.
I
That's what I remember. She wasn't good looking. I didn't have any good looking ones. I can't think of anyone.
I can't think of any.
How about you,
honestly.
Miguel? Is there any
Who's the
This is
hot
very
teacher?
recent.
Oh,
to
this
you.
is current
Oh.
times.
current events?
Hot teachers.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up.
Whoa.
Better Japan or better England for the teachers? Which ones are hotter?
Okay. I hope my parents are listening to this.
Oh, they will.
Okay.
We'll send it to him.
They don't care.
Your dad's gonna give you.
We've
a high
got
five when you
permission,
get back.
yes.
I don't know. I don't think I had any hot teachers. I mean, if we're just talking women in general, Japanese women are hot. So
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I think that answers that question.
That makes total
Sorry,
sense.
England. You took another L.
no, England. I'm sorry, but like girl standards in England, they look like Oompa Loompas, like not the Tim Burton one, the Charlie and the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's
even worse.
Like that's exactly
English
what they look
teachers
like.
Oompa Loompas?
No. Just the women in England in
English
general.
girls, all
English
English
all of them.
women.
That's even better. All
Yeah.
of them. All the English women are
they
Oompa
put
Loompas.
They put so much makeup on themselves that they look orange. They have all the lip injections, and they're not pretty. They're not pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Guess what? America. That's another win for America.
I guess so.
Put that one down.
Put that one
Yeah.
down. Our second one. Got it.
Uh,
Well, that moved out. All right. Well, let's
Almost took a
talk
weird
about
turn.
high school.
Yeah.
okay.
Jason in high school. We know about your. I can't ever get it right because I just call it free running.
Freestyle running.
Freestyle running.
I invented freestyle running.
Okay, we know that.
Which you now know as parkour.
True. Yeah, I did. So, did you have followers?
I had a couple followers that
Okay.
we'd hang out at lunch and we
Yeah.
would freestyle
Go
run.
freestyle run. And then was there people that would come up and trip you guys and make you fall because it was pretty cool and they wanted to get involved or what?
Man, can you
triplets?
imagine it back
Yeah.
then if you had Heelys?
Oh,
Oh man.
How cool you'd have been.
I had.
How did you not
At some
invent
point-
Heelys? That's what
Yeah.
I'm
Did you guys
wondering.
remember soap shoes? Have you ever seen soap shoes?
Which where they had like the hard plastic
Yeah,
in the
so-
bottom
so
so you
right
could
in the
rail
middle.
Oh
slide.
yes,
So you
yep,
could
I
grind
remember
rails.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that was a thing
Yeah.
back then. So
That's right.
we would get those shoes, and you could like literally like go grind rails and things like
that's
that
awesome.
with them.
Yeah.
So somebody did think of it, but they didn't coin it.
They didn't.
And I guess I didn't TM it either, and I should have.
You didn't.
But
Big
You would
loss.
have
They
been
changed-
making. We would have been making bank
No.
nowadays.
You would have.
freestyle running.
Put it in the
Freestyle
Olympics.
running.
Some French person stole it.
So it might just be a freestyle running.
So where freestyle running
path.
came from was
Because you couldn't skate.
exactly
There you go.
That's,
Okay,
and I'm
that's-
going to admit it.
yeah.
I'd hang out with the skaters that my friends could skate, and they were really good at it. And I would try, and I would fall on my face. It was terrible. So my kind of crutch to that was I'll go run up and down the ramps, and hence the birth of freestyle running.
That's right.
Nice.
And I got good.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. I wish you could have seen video of it. I'm not even kidding. Be like, here's
Seeing-
Jason's the godfather of freestyle running.
Seeing
Yeah.
young Jason with his short hair running up and
With his
down.
Jinkos.
Yeah, and the
His
Jinkos.
Goes,
And yeah.
Jinkos and soap shoes.
yeah.
And
That
do
was
you, when you run up the ramp, do you have to say like what trick you're doing when you jump up off the lip? You know, you're like, oh yeah, grind 1080 soul grind.
It's like Tony Hawk's.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever called my tricks. I would just, I would
He let the tricks speak for themselves.
like watch me go. And when you're freestyle running, you don't know. You just kind of go in the moment, and you just
Yeah.
feel what you just flow.
It's like interpretive dance, but for running and tricks.
Kyle's got it.
Yeah. I know what it is.
no, it's good.
Sometimes your body just does stuff.
I mean, it's in the word free.
Yeah.
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
That's right. You
Well,
can't put limits on your running.
That's true.
Your running's got to be free to style how it wants.
There you go. See,
It's making me look a lot better, but I know it's not true. We'll get into that next episode for sure. But oh man, that's good.
I can tell you, I didn't coin anything. I didn't have any sports that I named because I was not that cool. So,
Aw.
See, I wasn't good at regular sports. That's why I had to create my own sports.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Good
Except
for
for
you.
rackets. I was good at
You
rackets.
were
Oh,
good
yeah,
at
except for
rackets. We
racket. I
did talk
forgot.
about rackets.
How many times did you take rackets? The whole.
4.
Times.
I got to take regular rackets a couple times until they finally caught on and they were like, you can't take this class anymore.
Oh.
So, but there was an advanced rackets
Competitive
that allowed me
rackets.
to go into and go from there.
Freestyle rackets.
Is there.
Why did I not
rackets?
freestyle racket?
For real.
Let's bring it back.
All I could see is Jason dancing around with 2 rackets like
1080
like
shuttlecock.
rhythmic gymnastics. Yeah, like spinning around rackets.
Backhand 360.
All right.
Silly.
That was the Teacher Husband's Time Travel Hour.
You're
brought
learning
to
so
you
much about
by
your uncle.
Dos Equis. Thank
Dos
you.
Equis. Yes. And Monster. Always
Dos
Monster.
Equis Monster and Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain
Yeah.
Dew, Baja
And
Blast.
Sleep Token.
No Baja Blast.
Too bad. All right. Well, let's roll to some teachers in the news. I've got one. I sent it to myself so I could pull it up here.
While you're looking at that, I'll go with mine.
Go
here.
ahead.
I found a pretty good one, and I thought it'd be worth talking about at least. So, the headline for this is "No charges for second grade teacher arrested after allegedly teaching drunk."
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh.
So second grade, keep that in mind. What it is, it's a 57-year-old second grade teacher who was arrested for teaching her class drunk, but they're not going to charge her because in this news article it talks about that it's not illegal to be drunk while teaching.
It's not illegal.
So we'll have to talk about
It
that.
seems strange. Like maybe it should be.
You would think, especially being
Especially
in charge of
that,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so they called the cops on her. The cops came. They arrested her. She's got a cool little mugshot. You can see.
Pretty good.
Oh.
Hot teacher.
Hot teacher.
Yeah.
Totally.
57. And she failed her sobriety test, so they took her in. And so even after, being called on, failing your sobriety test, they still didn't have enough evidence to pin her, to say that she was negligent with the children or...
So because they weren't in danger, she was able to
She's
get off?
fine. They have video of her driving
Ooh.
Mm.
And still no.
and still not.
She didn't get a DUI at least?
Nope.
Oh. Who's her lawyer? Because
Right?
that's
Yeah.
who I want to
Sign him up. Right?
hire.
So the thing that's strange to me is like, okay, like we were just having a discussion at work, like Colorado, the state, is an at-will state. So outside of anything, like you can get fired just for no reason. Like
Just
there's not even a reason to get fired. You can just get fired.
Just because they say
that you are fired, and that's it. But like, you would think that a teacher who I'm assuming has a contract to teach, and
shouldn't be a code of conduct or something.
Yeah, there's got to be. Definitely has to be in there.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not a code of conduct violation or something. Where I can't imagine that would happen here. Man.
No, they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a good. There's no way that it wouldn't be.
So Leslie, let's not try that.
There you go.
Yeah. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should. Or it'd be interesting to find out what
we can't afford
her
lawyer
is. Yeah.
Whoever that lawyer is, we can't afford that one because they were fantastic. Apparently.
I mean, they full on did blood tests where she was 0.2%, 0.19%. In a normal, what is it, 0.08?
Yeah.
So she's well above the limit.
Yeah, double the legal limit,
and still not enough to hold it against her.
She's probably real nice to the kids. Probably real funny.
The kids all got good grades. The parents were like, "Do it again." But at second grade, I can't imagine that it's
happy hour at 10:30 a.m. She's cracking White Claws or shooters in the.
Now, see, maybe that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, if she was drinking at school, I could see that being even a bigger problem. So I think she drank
at home,
then came to school.
And then came to school.
But the problem is that she drove,
sure,
and still tried to teach.
Yeah,
she got off scot-free.
That's true.
So.
Wow.
So just so you know, that's news to me. It's not illegal to drink and teach.
At least in Missouri, sounds like.
Yeah, is that where it was? Missouri?
Is that what it
where
says?
You said it was?
I thought it was Missouri. Maybe not.
Remember.
Maybe it didn't say.
Sutter County.
It
doesn't say.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to move a little south to Clayton County in Georgia.
Yeah.
The 6th largest school district in Georgia. 52,000 students.
In the school district or in the school?
District.
Okay.
In the school district. As of, what's the date today? 24th?
Jeez, that's a ton.
24th.
24th. So this article just came out today. They are short 244 teachers for their school district.
Oh. And just because all the attrition?
They didn't really say why. They're just basically saying, we're having a hiring fair. People come out and teach or not. But basically that they're saying that they are short 244 vacancies.
Why do you suppose there's so many vacancies there? Do you think that the kids are nice and fun to teach?
I
maybe
think so.
They're not allowed to drink there.
True.
Maybe it's written in there. Yeah,
it's probably in their code of conduct.
They can't do it. But it's like it's not. I mean, I looked up the stats. Like it's not like a real low district. It's pretty on par with probably what our district pay is. So it's not like they're paying them way less. But I don't know, 244, and then they're just holding a job fair. Like,
what happens with
whoever
that?
wants to come in? You. Okay, yeah. I'll put you in. Perfect. Yeah.
Well, what happens with that too is then they start hiring people who are not qualified.
Correct.
It's like just because they need to fill spots.
They need to fill the spot.
And so then you're getting, you didn't go to college, but you went to school, right?
Yeah,
so you're a teacher.
Exactly.
Cool. You know some teachers, maybe.
Then you get Bad Teacher, like the movie Bad Teacher.
Yeah,
that's what it ends up being. Yeah.
Right.
You have Cameron Diaz teaching the kids.
So funny, like especially with like here in our district, like substitute teaching, like that I don't know if it's still a thing now, but that you used to have a degree in order to be a substitute teacher, and it's like
I don't think that's the case anymore.
I don't think so either. And I mean, me being a person that never got their degree, it seems like okay, what does it matter? Like if you're someone who can regulate a classroom and follow instructions and read, like they need some help. Why not just have them come in? But I'm more just a naysayer of college education because I spent a lot of money and didn't get anywhere with it. Or my dad spent a lot of money. I'll say it that way. Next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's lots of that. But yeah, you feel for that school district. It's like 244. That's a huge amount, and there's so many schools there. List of schools is just crazy. So,
well, that's probably just a school. Like, I mean, that's probably enough just for one school. Maybe.
Probably
because we went to the Christian High School and toured that, and they have something like 78 or more. No, it was more than that. I think it was like over 100 people that are that work at that school. I didn't realize there was just so many people.
Yeah, but that's the new school. Everybody wants to be there.
But I mean, it's still basically the same amount of people that were last year. But I didn't realize there was that many teachers
I would
and
think
admin
that would be
and
right.
I think AIDS and all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild.
I think Ann's school has close to 100 people, 80, I think, something on
Well,
staff.
I want to say it's like 178. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
that seems more right because I think there's
wild.
like 80,
Yeah,
and
200
it's only
people.
K through 8, but not nearly as many kids. So I don't know. Well,
Interesting.
yeah.
But that's happening nationwide, though. I mean, it's I mean, that's probably like a real huge example. But everywhere else, I feel like they're everybody's struggling.
They're gonna have to start offering more money for teachers. They're gonna have to.
That's true.
They're gonna have to dump money into it, and then hopefully true everybody else.
The
up.
other problem with that is, just like a lot of other jobs, they're just going to be like hiring bonus and paid time off, and all these new teachers that are coming in are going to be making more than what the tenured teachers are. And you think that's not going to make the other teachers
Well, I
want
think
to
they'll
leave
probably
either?
true people up. There'll probably be a new salary band or whatever. They'll say if you're this X amount of thing or whatever, well,
That's
this is
best
what you
case
get paid.
scenario.
Well,
Worse
true.
is they're going to be like, here's a pizza party. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for staying extra and working the entire summer. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I don't want to cut us off, but we have hit our time. And,
I was having
I
fun.
know we're having a good time, but as we've heard from our multitude of our dozens of fans, if we go too long,
Nobody wants to listen to if it's
nobody
too
wants
long.
to listen if it's too long.
I mean,
unless it's the wives, the wives episode is
It's the longest one.
longest one, but third most downloaded of
Correct.
the 8.
and the newest one, so it still
That's
has.
correct. Is there still time? Because the other ones have had
Yeah.
time.
The other ones have time to get it, but that one's still
Yeah.
So definitely go back and listen to Teacher Wives in the order of the penises. And
bad. Sounds bad,
So, but
guys.
we've got some good stuff
Not
for
sure if
next
anybody
month
knows
for
that.
sure. We're gonna talk about school will be back in session, so we'll talk about kind of that stuff. We'll talk about watching movies in class. That's pretty good.
It's always good.
Overhead projectors versus smart
Some
boards.
technology then versus now.
TMT.
Yeah, TMT. And we're planning, hopefully everything works right, we're going to have our first teacher husband guest on the podcast next month. So
Would he be a teacher husband?
he's a teacher husband.
He's like a lot of teacher parts.
He's a lot of teacher parts.
Checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah. It's not too much of a stretch to say he's probably the best PE teacher in the Valley.
Whoa.
And he's also a teacher husband. So
Does he teach rackets? 'Cause Jason may have a few questions for him.
He would, if there was any physical education component to rackets.
Did he
would teach
freestyle
it.
run? Because I don't think he did.
He did. He did climb Mount Everest.
Maybe you can give him some tips on what to add to his curriculum.
Interesting.
He
Okay,
did
he wins.
climb Mount Everest. That is true.
I mean,
It's
everybody does.
I did the
that.
Manitoulin incline.
I'll preface this. He went to the summit of Mount Everest. He didn't go all the way to the top. So it's only like
I would have went to the top probably.
20 something thousand.
With your soap shoes, you could have grinded some sick lines.
I would have hit the top of that.
I brought my Jinkos just for some extra insulation.
We'll bring him in. He didn't give me his character name, his alias yet, but we'll get it pretty soon.
So we're bringing a guy who's apparently in really good shape and to hang out with us. Who maybe are not in the best of shape.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
the athleticism we have involves darts and
hockey.
Oh, you
poker.
do hockey.
That's true.
Oh, right.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. You're the
I
overachiever.
have lost 10 pounds just playing hockey.
Probably just carrying the pads.
Just carrying the pads. I sweat. I'm not a guy who sweats very much. There is so much sweat after, like, you take the helmet
Gross.
off, and oh man, it's literally you have to air out all that stuff every single
I
night.
bet Ann loves it.
She does.
Ann,
It's pretty great.
I need you to spruce this up a little bit. It's getting a little rough.
It's getting a little rank, isn't it?
Getting some complaints on the ice.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for you.
Good for you.
Jeremy,
I
I'm
mean, we
glad
have a
you're-
month to get in shape.
I'm gonna
month?
I'm gonna do a push up.
Yeah.
I could do push-ups. I could probably do as many push-ups as the PE teacher.
Well, I do a push-up.
Oh. I mean, I probably couldn't run to the mailbox from here, but
But you couldn't run back.
I might be able to get there, but I'm not coming back.
That's a good start.
That's
Yeah.
a good start. So
Well, thanks, Miguel.
yeah,
for coming.
thanks Miguel for coming in.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So-
And stay tuned. Next month, end of August, we'll have a new episode
You can
for
tell
you.
your friends,
New
your
season.
mom and your dad, and they can catch it on Spotify.
Be like, hey, bros, I was on a podcast when I was in America.
Spotify, iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio,
Yeah.
Google Music, or what is it now? YouTube Music.
YouTube music.
We're there now. So
Ooh.
all those things catch us
Run.
there. Teach Your Husband's podcast.
Spinning records. Nope.
You can always use all of our socials. You can send us an email, teachyourhusbandspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
On Instagram, I'm that THP Jason.
That THP Kyle.
And I've posted on there one time at that THP Jeremy. We're there. It's
Still
all
there.
happening. It's still there. So
Hit us
hey,
up.
thanks everyone. We'll see you
Talk
next month.
Talk to you later. You can't get mad, okay?
Oh no, what did you say?